In a future very, very far away, on a country that no one knows, also known as Portugal, the fight between the rebel forces of Holgania against the evil empire of Canonians and Niconists, helped by the Lycaonians religious priests. Two spaceships are forced to escape to planet, what shall I call it, just 2 blocks away from where I live, just next door to Burger Space King. The biggest ship, a Panorama Century Falcon, not to be confused with the Millennium Falcon, helped by the H-Wing Holga Corvette, had just escaped an encounter with a Leica M6 Fighter and are in need of supplies and help and toilet paper. And someone to clean up the floor, as one of the Leica M6 shots hit the bathroom. And now all is a mess. And I'm about to leave as the stench is arriving this booth. And I had my breakfast a while ago, and I'm not keen on seeing it again.
H-Wing Holga, this is Panoramic Holga. Do you read me? H-Wing Holga, this is Panoramic Holga. Do you read me?
Come in, Panoramic. This is H-Wing. We read you loud and clear.
Hi there, Roger. This is Leah. Is everything fine there?
Hi, Leah. Everything's fine. Close call with that Leica M6 Fighter, huh? How are things over there?
Great to hear. Here the situation is a bit tricky. They got us in the bathroom. There's crap till the warp thermal fans.
Holy crap. I wouldn't like to be in the janitor's position right now.
Hey, a question. Are you still with my cousin Rachel? Because 2 days ago I was with her and she told me that you were dating. In fact, she even told me where you guys met. And the trick you used, that punchline that started it all. The one, hey there beautiful, you want to hear a good joke?
Well, yes and no. See, I got a bad case of congenital warts that suddenly appeared on a certain intimate zone, if you get my drift. So we kinda went different paths. Hey? You want to hear a good joke?
Really? I think I'll pass.
So yes, you guessed it, we are picking up a bunch of these ones and we're taking these 2 gals out for a spin. Stay with me. So loading the Holgas is fairly simple and it's almost the same for both of them. You open the back, so you open the latches. You remove the back. And then you insert the take-up spool first. And then you insert the spool that has the film. This is a bit tricky because I often find rather cumbersome to load these kind of cameras, but well, sooner or later I get the hang of it. You pick up the lead, you put it on the other side, you give it a few rotations, put the back, and then you start to slowly rotate until it reaches number 1. Now, please bear in mind that this screen in the back is not your friend on this camera because you cannot advance to number 2. You have to shoot odd numbers. So you go from 1 to 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. If you shoot from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you'll get images on top of images, which is not actually the gist. Now with the smaller 6x6 Holga is exactly the same. You open the latches, remove the back, pick up the take-up spool, put it on its place, pick up the film, cross the film to the other side, and start to wind it manually slowly. On this one you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you close the back, and you go for number 1. Now these 2 cameras are exact exactly equal. Even though one says 90mm and the other one says 60mm, they are absolutely the same shutter, same focusing mechanism, absolutely the same logic, and they are virtually equal. So don't expect one to be better than the other one. They are not. It's the same Chinese craftsmanship, if that word just actually exists. And on another hand, I'm on the final stage of building a box for my large format studio camera, which I have for quite a while now, around in the office, and I need a place to store her. It's a completely different thing when you learn how to build something or you buy something already done. When you build something instead of going out and buy something, this thing that you build, it's much more valuable to you than anything else. And I know that I could have gone out and buy something out of aluminium, which is much more lighter than wood. But it was not my creation. See, it was not me who did it. So it would just not be me to do something like this. So I set out to do my images despite the stunned gaze of the shepherds.
I'm in the middle of Serra do Socorro, which means the Mountains of Help. And I was about to photograph that vicarage over there, that hermit's place. But when I was there, it's a meh place, no big deal. I have another composition which might work for a wide angle.
So the image appeared to me when I was driving, and it's these two trees completely bent on the right side of the road.
You see how they bend? I'm just going to go a bit in front, and then I'll try to photograph these just the first two trees, because there is another one in the back which I don't want. I'll try to make a shot out of it.
And the shot is okay-ish, I guess, but I should have used a 400 ASA film instead of a 100. And by realizing this, I actually reloaded the panoramic Holga with Foma Ortho 400.
I really love this. The only sounds that I hear is my own footsteps and cowbells. Look at the quiet. So at the end of this road, I was authorized very friendly by the owners to come here, and they allowed me to come and photograph an abandoned cemetery and an abandoned church. I am so glad I am on this side of the fence and not on the other side of the fence facing the bull. And that one, that big one just in front, he really is looking menacing to me. This is so peaceful that I need to take a photograph. I find this image very, very beautiful. I don't know if the Holga is able to capture it, the normal 6x6 Holga, but I'll give it a shot. It has this painterly kind of thing that I like. I just don't know about the composition. Onwards. This is the church, and the cemetery is just over there. A road leading to the cemetery. Oh, that's also nice.
I did manage to go to the entrance of the cemetery, but when I got there it was no big deal. There were some graves, but they were neither old nor brand new nor very photogenic, so I just didn't waste any image there.
This is so pretty, but so pretty. Do you see the crosses over there? That is nice.
And if I was to say to you that I only brought the Holgas, I would actually be lying to you, because, well, I think at this time you already know me, and you know that I cannot live without my large format camera, so I have to bring it along anyway. So yes, I did shoot 4x5s, but this is going to be for a different video.
1, 2, 3. Now this goes back in place.
And it's now time to remind you that I've reloaded the panoramic Holga with Ortho 400, Ortho meaning that it's a film that it does not see the color red. So this time I went to a Portuguese anta. And if you don't know what it is, this is a funerary monument where families and communities would be buried. This specific one is at least 6,000 years old, and it's believed that it was built on 4000 BC. Now, the irony in all this is that the monument itself at this time is nothing more than a skeleton of what it used to be. This circular shape that you see made of stones is called Momoa, and this would be either full of stones or earth, and it would cover the monument. So it's very, very ironic that this is just a skeleton of what it was meant to be. And this leads me to a big issue on this panoramic Holga, is that with the normal Holga you can expect very soft corners. But these soft corners are way exaggerated in this panoramic because it's the same lens, just a wider image. So the issue itself becomes even bigger. And the following anta that I went to photograph starts off with a ruin of a Roman road that is still there. And the anta is just behind it. Another important aspect or curiosity is that the entrance of all these monuments is turned for the sunrise. Luckily for me, these places still exist, but I would like to see the town hall rebuilding some of them to give the real aspect of what they used to be and not just this, pile of stones. And here are the images of this Santa side by side. Do you see the softness of the corners that I was referring to? Now the day was drawing to an end, and I actually had 2 more frames to do to finish this 12 exposure roll, and I did 2 shots. The last of them, a shot that I'm actually very proud of. I know that this is a Holga, but it came out really, really great image. These are not antas, but are the 2 windmills just behind my house, a place where I've already taken you several times.
So, many thanks for watching this video till the end. We'll now start to develop the 4x5 and prepare the next video on that same place on the big format that I shot. And well, there's actually also another good news. You can see it right here. I finished in the meanwhile preparing the box for my 4x5, the studio camera that I have. It's already there and ready to be packed. So what's left now to say is many thanks. I will see you on another video e até a próxima.